Okay, I shall be starting with the class. Let me share the screen. And to tell you that we have almost completed first unit. Okay, which was even I was wondering how come it has been finished, but completed everything here. Okay, first unit, and your notes will be given by tomorrow here. Your first unit notes will be given by tomorrow, and the notes will be similar to both classes. Okay. So only one topic it is left out. So last class I have completed with the advantages of using database management system. Today we will see what are the disadvantages or what are the when not to use the database management system, which is very easy. Let me share the screen. So last class we had completed with the advantages of DBMS. Before that we had started with workers behind the scene. There are three workers behind the scene. Those are DBMS system designer and implementers, tool developers, and operation and maintenance personnel. And the next topic we had started with this what advantages of using database management system. The first one, it is what controlling redundancy means two times the same data should not be entered, like a duplicate value should be deducted to save your storage space and time here. Second, the advantage, it was easy to access the data because already the database is being stored in a perfect way, that is in the form of rows and columns. So whatever you want to access the data very easy from the respective database without any hindrance or any problems here, very easily you can access if your data is being stored completely and well organized. Okay. And then restricting unauthorized access. If you are not authorized person and still you are trying to access the database, so that kind of a security we have given, restricting unauthorized access here. If you are a perfect usage, then kind of restrictions will be there. You will be able to only read the data. Otherwise, you will be able to only write the data and read the data here. You are not having the permission to delete the data. You are having the permission only to enter the data, update the data. Delete it is not available here. Okay. So that is what the restricting unauthorized access here. Then providing persistent storage for program objects here. This advantage is completely related to our this what practical session where we are about to create the tables and many tables will be there. So what kind of a relationship will be there with the different tables here? That time we have to use this kind of advantage, which is called as a providing persistence storage for program objects here. Okay. And then providing the backup and recovery here. Sometimes what happens when you are accessing the database, some problem gets here. So that time what solution has to be done here? So you are supposed to provide a backup. I mean, you have to keep one more copy of the database. It will be very helpful when your system goes crash during execution of one or more transactions here. So there is a need to keep the backup. I mean, advantage is there. Database is having a kind of backup and recovery also it is there. And the next advantage, it is what representing complex relationship among data here. As I have said it, that when you are going to create a database in your SQL, you are not only creating a single table. You are not making only first semester data here. You are about to start with the second semester data also, as well as the third semester data also here. So these are the different files here, where file one consists, table one consists of first semester, table two second semester, table three third semester, and table for fourth semester. So these all different tables of 4 semesters are getting connected with each other. So the database management system has a kind of advantage to make a complex relationship among the different data here. Now you might be thinking what exactly the complex relationship is. That we will come to know when we start working actually on the database SQL. हम जब क्रिएट करते हैं टेबल क्रिएट करने के बाद रिकॉर्ड्स डालते हैं रिकॉर्ड्स डालने के बाद ये टेबल में क्या है वो टेबल में क्या है कैसे आपको बुलाना पड़ेगा that you have to check here. Okay. And then enforcing integrity constraints. This is also related to the practical session. Last class I have told you, but very easy here. You are supposed to be aware of. I'll tell you one key which is there in your database management system lab. One, it is called as a primary key. Second, it is called as a foreign key. Two keys are there in your DBMS SQL lab. If you are completely familiar, if you are having a complete knowledge of primary key and foreign key, yes, which will be given by me once your lab session starts. If you are perfect with the primary key and foreign key, then this kind of a advantage enforcing integrity constraints. You cannot change some values. Now, Sai Prakash roll number it is might be 485. I am not sure. So that 485 at the place of 485, you cannot put uh, the roll numbers beyond from your class. If assume that your class roll number consist from 401 to 500. Assume that, okay, 401 to 500, your roll number consisted, okay, and B division, the roll number will be saying as a 501 to 600. Assume, okay. So if you try to enter the roll number 601, which is not there in your database. If you put that 601, then it will say that value is not present here. So that kind of a advantage enforcing integrity constraints are there. Still, you will not understand, but kind of making you familiar. Very, very easy. Soon we are about to begin. Okay. And the last topic of your first unit, it is what when not to use the database, or you can see it as a disadvantages of database management system here. So here, the first disadvantage it is what? Cost of hardware and software. For everyone, it is very difficult to purchase the respective database here. I mean, hardware also. Hardware क्यों चाहिए हमको store करना पड़ेगा. So to store a large database here, to purchase that hardware, which is expensive, very difficult to do that here. Software, sometimes what happens, the DBMS is getting upgraded here. If we don't know what kind of a queries you are supposed to write or how you are going to use, if we are not familiar or we are not able to understand, so that time also it is very difficult to use the database. Or sometimes what happens for your laptop system or for your operating system, some of the softwares of the database are not compatible here. So that time also it is very difficult to use the database management system. Then second kind of thing, it is what? Cost of data conversion here. Yes, the cost of data conversion. Let me give you the example. Assume that Maitri has collected the information uh, of records, 100,000 records she has collected. And she has collected the records and saved in the file which is called as a this what MS Word. She has created a table, roll number, name, this all marks 5, percentage and grade. She has done her job. She has provided in the table also. But now what happens, when you are supposed to use this data, whatever she has collected, try to convert in the SQL, it is very difficult. Why? The data, whatever she has collected, whatever she has entered and saved in the file is called as a MS Word here. So that MS Word file, if you are about to convert directly to the DBMS or SQL, ये हमारे पास लॉजिक नहीं है. Normal what? If I want to convert my MS Word to PDF, I can do it very easily. I can go to the online session. This word online. I will say no, normally. Otherwise, MS Word. I will save my file as PDF. So PDF convert हो जाएगा ना. But if you think this MS Word file to the database SQL, not possible. No, it is not. You have to provide. You have to give your time to create the table, to create the records, to update the queries. Everything is a large work is there. So that is what called as a time consuming, and cost of data conversion will take more. So that time it is not possible to use the this what database here. And the last one, it is what? Cost of staff training. As I have told you that some kind of the database are getting upgraded. So we should be very familiar for using the database. Upgradation should be there, updation should be there, and it is not possible to tell everything. So staff training is also very difficult. So these three are the disadvantages of the database, and we have completed our first unit, complete theory. And I have told you that the theory notes will be given by tomorrow evening. We'll be sharing with Sai Prakash and Maitri. Okay. Then today, before beginning with the second unit, My idea is that I am going to start with the concept of this word lab, kind of lab here. I'm not going to give you demonstration, but I want to give you the introduction. What all things we are about to work in lab here. Still you will be not able to understand how your working of the lab is going to go. But I want to give you the introduction here. What all things you are going to use in your lab system. So let me stop sharing the screen as you have completed with your first unit, and we'll share the screen. My SQL, where it is? Yes. Let me say Shift F5. Yes. Just have a look. We'll be back here. Okay. What exactly SQL is here? Now, we are in the DBMS theory subject. Okay. Now, you might be wondering where this SQL has come. Yes, the question is right. Your thinking is also correct. Let me tell you why this SQL it is there. We have the theory and practical subject. Okay. So, as I was telling you, that table should be there. Semester 1 is a table 1. Semester 2 is a table 2. So, these I was telling you. So, to insert this record, all the records, or to create the tables, we need a database. Fine. And that database, where you are going to work, what kind of a software you people are going to work. So that is what called as a SQL. You can call it as a MySQL also. You can call it as a SQL also. Still, we'll start with the introduction here. First of all, I have not included what is a SQL full form. Hmm. Directly, I have started with the concept, not the big deal. SQL is a standard query language. SQL stands for standard query language. Standard means what? The kind of discipline here. Query means what? Questioning to the database. I have told you in the beginning. I want the students, those who have scored above 90 in the database management system, where you are having 1,000 records. So it is a time consuming. When you're going to find out kon milale, these all things you will say stuff. So if you go on searching manually, it will take a lot of time. But if you provide a query, select star from semester 4, where DBMS is equal to 90. Now, whatever I have said, this is the query I have said. I'm not sure how many of you understand. Just I'll repeat once again. It is not that here also. Telling you, still the time has to come to start with this queries also here. I'll repeat. My question it is that my retrieving it is what I want the students, those who have scored above 90 in DBMS. Okay. So I will write the query as select star from semester 4, where DBMS equal to 90. If I say this, I will get all the information. I mean, all the students' information, those who have scored above 90 within a single second. Or you can say as a this what milliseconds also here. Okay, so that's what the query language means. What kind of a language you people are using? Not C plus, not C, not Java. No, no, it is what different kind of a language it is there. They're respected in your database management system. That is also about to come. So what is SQL? SQL is a structured query language. It is a standard language for dealing with relational database here. Why relational database? I have said you that this for table 1, table 2, otherwise database is getting connected to other database. This is also there here. So SQL can be used to insert, yes, record should be inserted, data should be inserted here. Search, data can be found very easily. update, any changes you want, you can make that, and delete the database records here. If the question arises for you people, why SQL is used here. So it is used to insert, search, update, and delete database records here. Then what next here? SQL can do lots of other operation also, including optimizing and maintenance of the database, which means provide the security, provide the backup, and give easy access, whatever the advantage we have learned. So that is also available here. Okay. For what purpose SQL is used? It is used for the purpose of insertion, search, update, and deleting the database records here. Fine. Then let's see the previous one, SQL, standard query language. The language which means it is not a Java, not advanced Java, not PHP, not Python. क्या है ये language? कौन सा language है? Question arises here. So here there are different types of SQL statements. Fine. Statements also you can say, or you can call it as a language also. Now let me tell you one more thing. This SQL statements are languages which is being completely included in theory part, but I want to make you aware what kind of language it is here. So I'll just give you introduction, not deep. So there are statements also, and there are total 5 languages are there, but actually we have this what 2 main languages are going to be used in this what DBMS theory. So the first kind of a database management language, it is what data definition language. You can call it as a DDL also here. Very easy here. Data definition language here. Then second type of a language, it is what data manipulation language. You can call it as a DML here. Now we are wherever data control language, DCL, transaction control language, and data query language. You are finding your data. Why data? The reason the data it is what? Because we are using the kind of database जहाँ पे हम डेटा इंसर्ट कर रहे हैं, रिकॉर्ड इंसर्ट कर रहे हैं, तो उसके लिए हम लैंग्वेज यूज कर रहे हैं. फॉर दैट पर्पस डेटा you are supposed to use. Definition means what? Still it is there in your next slide. Not to be in hurry, but these are the main languages used in your database management system. Main languages are what? DDL, which is called as a data definition language. Second one, DML, which is called as a data manipulation language. Okay, and others are what? Data control language, transaction control language, and data query language. Data control language and transaction control language are similar, but kind of difference it is there. And data query language is what? When we are asking the questions to the database here. Then commands, yes. Now the once the college reopens, not to wait for that, but we will be saying that when you start working for your database, right? You will call us, ma'am, errors, ma'am, it is not working, ma'am, I'm getting some problem. So immediately, whatever your questions are there, we ask you people, what command you have entered, what is the error, where you are getting the kind of error in the command, we will say here. So there are different types of commands also present here. So to begin with the database, you should know the commands, you should know the statements. So here are the different statements. So these all the commands are going to come with you. These all commands are going to play a role with you here for your database here. Getting always your select will be your best friend. Let me give a small introduction. Select, so this here. Create मतलब जब आपका friendship start होता है. So you have to make a friendship for the first time your database or some new person comes, you have to make a friendship, which is called as a create. Defines a database structure schema. Still you are going to have a lot of questions in your mind. What is schema? Kind of topics are getting included in your second unit. So don't be in hurry. Just only introduction for your lab I'm giving here. Okay, fine. So create is like a making friendship. Then insert it is what? Once the creation is done, you are supposed to enter the values here, enter the records here. Okay. Then update something. If you want to change, that time you have to use this what? Update also here. Delete means what? अगर कुछ काम नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ नहीं चाहिए आपको, you can delete your database here. Fine. And the best friend always, wherever you go, is about to come with you, which is called as a select statement here. So select, I have told you just now the query. Select star from semester 4 where DBMS equal to 90. So select is working for your database. है कि नहीं, database is available or no, what kind of a data you want to check. So you are supposed to use the select command or statement here. And the last one, it is what? Drop. Drop means what? Removes the table and databases here. You might get a confused between what is the difference between delete and drop. Yes, there are a lot of differences and basic difference between the drop and delete. Delete मतलब क्या? सिर्फ record delete होता है, table नहीं delete हो जाएगा. Drop मतलब क्या? जो पूरा table है, table भी जाएगा. Getting? So these are the commands. Then next it is what? What is database in SQL? Database. We are saying that constant database, 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 database. What is this database? Where it is there here? So that you have to say. A database in SQL server that is made up of tables. Database is completely made of tables. Okay, that stores a detailed set of structured data here. You are supposed to collect the data which will be unorganized, so that you have to collect and you have to store in a structured way or organized way or a formatted way here. So it is a table that contains a collection of rows. Rows मतलब जब भी आप data डालते हैं ना record. Columns मतलब क्या? Roll number, name, marks 1, marks 2. These are the columns here. Rows means what? Sai Prakash, roll number 401. These all columns referred to as records. Whenever we say row here, it is referred to as a records or tuples. Tuples, tuples. Okay. And then columns that are also refers to as the attributes. So attribute also, so just be aware, attribute, tuple. This attribute and tuple are going to included in your lab session when you will commit a mistake. I mean, when you are going to get errors in your queries. So that time you are not supposed to be get tensed or don't get confused. What is this tuple word? What is this attribute word here? Attribute matlab column name, roll number, name, marks 1, marks 2, marks 3. Tuples means what? Sai Prakash 401, 95, 98, 90 and 92. These are the marks here. Okay. Then last one, each column, see here, each column in the table is designed to store a specific type of information. For example, names, dates, dollar, amounts, and numbers. Getting? So this is done. Then I think we shall begin with the next class. I'll be starting with the second unit here. Okay. So that was my kind of introduction for your lab session. So today it is sufficient as we have not yet started with the second unit. So tomorrow I'll start with complete second unit here. So till then you can give me attendance and you can leave my class. Today's class is sufficient for me. Request everyone to give the attendance. If you are given the attendance, you can leave my class. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe. Request Pranay and Sandeep to give the attendance, and you can leave my class.
Given, ma'am.